Hey guys, it's that filthy casual back with part 2 of IMDb's 250 best movies of all time. How many have you seen? Last time we reviewed Taxi Driver. I'll put a link down below so you guys can watch it. And also a link to the quiz. Again, I'm working my way through the quiz, trying to watch all 250. Eventually, hopefully I won't have to do an intro to these stupid things because they just take up time. But anyway, today's movie is Spirited Away. Yes, I know, completely different from last time, but I really wanted a different type of feel. Last time was a really dramatic kind of classic movie. This one is definitely one that if you're younger, you've probably seen, and if you're a really big fan of anime and animated movies and classics, you've probably seen, but I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't seen this movie. I hadn't seen this movie, hence why I'm watching it. First of all, this was a movie that was released back in 2003, so it's been a really kind of a long time since this movie kind of came out. Miyazaki. He brings us a lot of animated classics. There's, oh my gosh, there's so many that you can't even count. I should probably list them all. I'm gonna list them all right on the screen right here. He definitely knows how to go into deeper character when it comes to animated movies. In Japan, it actually beat out, I think, gross the highest revenue opening weekend ever. Just completely smashed all their box office records. It actually beat out Titanic in Japan, which is pretty cool. So there's your interesting facts for the day. Overall feel for the movie, it's supposed to be coming of age, but not coming of age you learn some big skill. It's supposed to be coming of age, look at these things that you have to overcome and these obstacles, but not because you necessarily learn this amazing ability. It's more, look what you have to overcome, and you're only given yourself and your own abilities to be able to overcome this. Cast, I can't necessarily commentate on, just because personally I wanted to watch the original version dubbed over with English subtitles, because I feel it's more true to what the director was going for. I mean, those people were cast on purpose. So I watched that just because as well you just get the emotion behind the voices. Even though apparently the English version is supposed to be amazing because they actually tried to match it up with the mouths, the animation. So that's pretty cool. I may have to go back and watch that version later. But overall cast, I mean, I think that they did a great job. But honestly, the thing that I'm going to comment on most here is going to be your plot, things I did or didn't understand about the plot, as well as just rating it in general, just because there's only so much that you can go into when it comes to an animated film, just because a lot of it is the director and the plot itself, as well as the animators. Animators did great. The plot itself, I have this problem with a lot of anime movies where I don't necessarily understand the plot, and sometimes I get that that's the point. But to me, I just get lost. I don't know if it's just a cultural thing. It might just be a cultural thing. Bash me over the head if it is. But a lot of it I just didn't understand. So anyway, again, spoilers away, so watch out. So the main character is this little girl. She's traveling with her parents on a trip, and she's got these flowers that she apparently holds on to. I don't know the significance of her flowers withering and dying. Maybe that represents something that she's losing. Maybe she's losing a part of her innocence there. I don't know. Deep looking into it. They kind of get sidetracked, and they find their way into this spirit world, and they get trapped there. And her parents get apparently turned into pigs. And then she's stuck in the spirit world, and everybody knows that she's a human, and they can smell her, and she might be stuck there forever. And people are mad that she's a human, but then there's this guy, and this guy is gonna save her, even though he seems like a human himself, kind of. But then he's like, ooh, if you get work, they'll have to keep you here until you earn your way out, and then you can save your family. But he's kind of go ask this guy to get work, and don't let the old lady know that you're here, or she'll turn you into an animal. So he sends her down to the boiler room to go meet this guy, who's kind of crazy. But then the guy sends her to the old lady that she's not supposed to go see, or the old lady would turn her into an animal. So she's allowed to go see the old lady, but she like has to go ask for a job first. She couldn't just ask the old lady for a job. She has to go and find the creepy man and stand up to the creepy man. So anyway, she gets a job working at the spirit bathhouse. She does a lot of things that shows that she's capable and smart and brave while she's working at this bathhouse. Then there's a giant baby for some reason. I don't know. A giant baby that is super overprotected by the crazy old lady. And then it turns out that the boy that helped her is really he turns into a dragon at night. And he gets chased by these paper dolls that cut him a lot. And that makes him sad. And then the little girl's given a dumpling. And then there's No Face. And No Face is awesome, but also kind of creepy. And No Face decides randomly that he's gonna start eating everybody. And he wants to eat everybody to take on their personalities. But then he just kind of becomes a giant fat glutton and eats everybody in the bathhouse. What does No Face have to do with anything in the spirit world? What does it have to do with the bathhouse? What is up with this bathhouse? You never really see anybody taking a bath, except for this giant swamp monster that comes out and decides to like eat everybody. And like cover everybody. It's like the spirit of a river that was polluted. And then No Face is big and fat, and so then the girl like meets the twin of the old lady, who then kind of gives her the secret to becoming free. But then something happens with the baby, and the old lady's mad and is gonna like kill the little girl's parents that are pigs. But then the little girl saves everybody from No Face because she feeds No Face a piece of the dumpling, and then No Face just starts like puking the people back up, and also puking gold everywhere. I think maybe that's kind of the point, is that the plot is supposed to be nonsensical, and the plot is kind of supposed to be so far out there that you have to appreciate, that's like the moral lessons that it's going for. You know, you can't fall back on, well, this because of this. Like, no, weird stuff is happening, but deep down at the core and the center of it all, a girl is growing up and proving herself capable to get herself out of a difficult situation. No matter if there's weird floating heads or giant ladies that want to eat your parents, she's still being brave and standing up for what she thinks is right. So, which I think is commendable. But by the end of it, she finds her parents again. Her parents don't remember. It turns out her parents never were pigs. And she defeats No Face. And then they ride on a little trolley boat thing. And they're all happy. And she gets her old name back, because that was a big deal, that if she lets the old lady know her name, she'll be trapped there. Plot? No. I'm sorry, but the plot didn't make sense. There's a lot of anime that I've watched that makes sense. I mean, sometimes it's a little out there, and culturally, it doesn't make a lot of sense just because we can't necessarily relate to it in American culture. But overall, I've seen anime movies that make a lot more sense than this one did. Scoring was great. The animation was beautiful. Director's vision, the point of it being a coming of age, was definitely understood. I definitely related to that, so that's good. Do I understand why it's on the list? Because of all the records it broke, yes. Because of my overall feeling about it, no. I'm gonna say this is one that, while it was lighthearted and enjoyable to watch, it was not really enjoyable to watch. And it was just too long. And originally it was supposed to be 3 hours, and they had to cut it down. It was just too long. It's too long. It could have been like 30 minutes shorter. Still would have made about the same amount of sense. My favorite character was probably that dude that she's with in the elevator. I thought that guy was kind of cute. The chubby bunny man. I liked him. I'm sorry, people, but I'm gonna have to give this movie a 3 out of 10. And that's, for me, I like to give movies a more positive review. But I'm going to have to say a 3 out of 10. Just because I was kind of lost. I was kind of bored. I mean, the fantasy world can only take me so far when I'm desperately trying to figure out what is going to happen, why they're in a bathhouse, why that makes a lot of sense, why she's even there, why she has to work in the bathhouse to earn back her parents. And I don't understand why No Face the whole time, like, grunts, like, kind of, like, inappropriately. He's like, like, the whole time. And then later he talks. 3 out of 10. Anyway, that's it for today. Talk to you guys later. It's Windham, your filthy casual. I Instagram. I tweet. I'm on Facebook. Follow me and all that jizz. Anyway, bye guys.